Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Euphoria. This is episode 4 of season 1. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying the series so far. Like the previous other episodes, I do have to say that this is a graphic show and it is meant to be watched by over 18. So if you do want to watch it, you can check the description, click on the Patreon link, and go and obviously type the password in and enjoy the episode. So, like I said, it is meant for 18-year-olds. So if you're not 18, click away. If you want to stay, smash a like. So today's episode, hopefully it's very, very interesting. It looks like Nate is going to be meeting up with Jules, which is really exciting. Honestly, his girlfriend, obviously, she's thinking something's up. She's been checking his phone. She's looked in his camera roll, found loads of dick pics that he's been taking. Obviously, they're not going to her. She's wondering what's going on. She's getting the thoughts going in her head. She had a conversation with Kat. She was asking, you know, do you think like all men are straight and all men are gay, etc., you know, like, so to speak? And it's kind of like a, you know, like a grey area as well. That's why I did raise a question to you guys in the comments that, like, you know, if a straight man was attracted to somebody who looked like a female, but that female was actually transgender, like, would you class them as gay or not? Very interesting. That is obviously opinion based. It's all down to you and your own opinions and morals and stuff. But you know, I'm interested to read it because everybody's different and every culture in the world is different. So I'm excited to see. But today's episode, like I said, I'm hoping that he does meet her, and I'm hoping that he's not trying to meet her to take the mick out of her and obviously embarrass her. Now, he does want to meet her after the carnival, probably in a dark, sketchy place in the boathouse. You know, Rue was definitely saying to her, you know, you don't think that's a bit creepy? Why don't you get him to meet you at the carnival where there's people around and everybody knows you're safe? Obviously, she got a bit upset. She was saying, look, mate, you know, out of everybody, I thought you would be excited for me, but no, you're the one giving me, you know, a downer. Ruth, obviously, she didn't mean it that way. She was trying to be helpful, protecting. But I could also see that she was catching feels as well. You know, like, she's spending a lot of time with Jules. She's the only person kind of outside a family group that, you know, is giving her attention and saying that they love her and giving her, you know, care and affection. And she's gone to her house. She's apologised. She's saying, obviously, like, she likes her and she don't want to lose this, X, Y, and Z. And they've got really close. Faces was touching. And Rue's got in for a kiss. Very interesting. Obviously, Jules didn't back away, but she was just like, what the F, mate? You know, like, a bit confused, and Ruse ran off. She's obviously ran all the way to Fez's. She wants some drugs. He's refusing to give it her, which I do like. Obviously, he's a drug dealer, but he's got a little bit of morals for his friends. He don't want to see them go down in the dirt again. You know, he did say last episode or the one before that he was scared that when she did take her overdose that she was going to die, and he don't want to see that again. So obviously, he's refusing her the drugs. She's obviously kicking off. She's saying, you're the reason why I'm in this state. Deep, mate. Probably is true. That is deep. But obviously he's trying to put it right now and not give it to her. She's ended up getting a phone number from somebody from the NA meetings that she's been going to, Ali. And obviously she's ringing him and seeing if she can help him. So that's going to be really interesting. You know, I can't wait to see how she progresses. Her acting has been really, really good. But today I'm 100% focused on Jules and Nate. I really do want them to meet each other in real life. And I'm excited to see, obviously, how they react. Because, obviously, he's going by the alias Tyler right now. So when it is revealed, I'm interested. He definitely knows it's Jules, though. We did have a side-by-side camera where you could see both of them texting. And he could see, he was sat at the back of the class and he was looking across, wasn't he? And he was looking at a phone when he sent, obviously, his messages and her sending it back. But she doesn't know who he is yet. So, like I said, today's episode is going to be absolutely sick, honestly. I'm expecting fireworks popping off all over. And I'm liking the start of the episode as well, where they give a little introduction about a different character. Last episode was Kat. We got loads of stuff going on with her. It seems like she's getting money now. She's doing, like, Zoom calls or something. You know, Skype calls with people, you know, speaking to them, talking about the sexual fantasies and all that, and they're paying her. So, you know, she's onto a winner there as well. So, very interesting. Can't wait for today's episode. Hopefully, you guys do enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you do. And as always, let's jump into episode 4 of season 1 of Euphoria.
I don't understand why we have to drive 7 hours to see a psychiatrist.
We want the best care possible for you.
They talked for over an hour, and only later did Jules realize that she hadn't lied once. After the session, they wanted to give her a tour of the unit.
Think of it like a second home, where children can learn how to feel better about themselves.
It looks like a place like rehab sort of thing for kids, but she's got that wrong with her.
Usually there's 2 to a room, depending on how many patients are with us. And this is the quiet room.
I'm gonna fucking rape you, Dr. K.
You just bought yourself another 30 minutes in the quiet room, Jesse.
This wasn't a tour at all. It was an elaborate plan to admit her to a fucking psychiatric hospital.
Wow, it's mad how fast that's escalated.
And Jules,
How are you feeling? Why don't you tell the group a little about yourself?
Maybe since I was 7 or 8 or something, and I've been to see like a bunch of doctors. I've been on like a bunch of medications, but nothing's really helped.
She hated how her brain worked, the way it would get stuck on a thought, like choking.
Must be hard for people in
She didn't
transition
just
at a
hate her
young
brain,
age,
though.
not
She
knowing
hated her
what's
body.
going on. Yeah.
Not every part. She hated her life, not because it was bad, but because when you hate your brain and your body, it's hard to enjoy the rest.
Oh, you liking the unit? You making any friends?
Not really. Can you leave me the rest?
Sure.
Oh, is it canon it? He's thinking that they could do something to him.
I'm so sorry. Please don't be mad at me.
Eventually, Jules got better and came home, but her mom got worse and went away. And her dad quit his job to be closer to home. By 13, she started to transition. And by 16, Jules had gotten a little slutty. Some were sweet, some were weird.
Mate, you're gonna get
and
some
few were
weirdos.
aggressive. And this wasn't really her life. She was just a character in a book or a movie or a show. It's not
Yo,
like
I
her
love the
body ever
starts
really
of these
belonged to her in the
programs.
first place.
Honestly, it's well good. The starts of these shows are
That
sick
was the
how they're
night she
doing
met her new
introduction.
best friend.
In it,
And although
mate.
she had never really been in a relationship, she imagined spending the rest of her life with her. Plus, that was before she felt for Tyler. Like, hard.
What are you smiling about?
I don't know, just life.
Yo, I can't tell you, right, how fucking happy. Yeah, it makes me that her dad, he's like, he just likes her for just being Jules or whatever. It's like, you know, look at the difference between two parents. You've got the one that was like, not accepting of it or couldn't deal with it, and she was going through like roughness. I don't even know, she's not involved in her life anymore. And then you got this side, mate, a dad who doesn't care. Boy, trans girl, not bothered, mate. He quit his job to move closer to her. He's got a good relationship. He seems like a decent dad, mate, honestly. I do like a few episodes ago as well, mate, when he was having tea and that, and he's like, mate, no phones at the table and stuff. You know, that guy is a good guy. Mate, I love the starts of these episodes. You get such a good insight into each character. I hope we do this for all of them, honestly. It makes you get so much invested and involved, like, you know, just, yeah, it makes you care more about them and understand like the situations where they've been and obviously where they've come from. And it's obviously good to see. Mate, it must be so hard being such a young age and then feeling like, you know, like you're not living in the right body. I can't even speak like for anybody who's in that position. I ain't got no clue how that would feel, honestly. But it's good that she's come out and she's been accepted, especially by one of the parents anyway. And she seems like, although, you know, she's been through a few struggles, she's doing all right now.
There's nothing I'm really passionate about, you know? Like, I'm not dying to say or do anything, really. Sometimes I just sit and think, like, what's the point?
Rue, I don't give a shit. Why'd you call me?
I didn't really have anybody else to call.
Well, what happened to make you call?
Quite a bit.
Just like... Open the fucking door! I was with my best friend. Okay, well, she's a new friend, but we hang out every day. I misread the whole situation, and now it's gonna be really, 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 really fucking awkward.
Does the way in which you feel about her remind you of anything?
Not like drugs?
Didn't drugs feel real good the first time you tried them?
Oh, I'm interested to see where he's going with this.
It's gonna be a good night tonight, man. Let's get this money.
They're sick, them two.
I'm standing by the fucking Ferris wheel. I don't see you. Why do you always do this to me?
Are you with this Ferris wheel or that Ferris wheel? Well, how the fuck am I paying to You don't fucking tell me. Yo, why are you dressed like a hooker?
What?
Jesus Christ,
Whoa.
man. I'm here with my parents. Get changed and come back looking like a person.
Hold on. Oh my god, Jules!
I hope she goes over and says it's all cool, man.
Hands and feet inside the ride unless you want to die. Hey.
Hey. I'm really fucking scared.
Yo, I'd be well dizzy, me. It's too fast, that one. Is she gonna run away, do you reckon?
I think she's in love with her. Rue is in love with Jules, I think.
Are you mad at me?
No. No. Can we just pretend like what I did wasn't super weird? We don't have to talk about it.
Talk about what?
You guys like in a relationship?
No, we just chilling.
Oh, I want the right answer. He didn't know what to say, though, I don't think.
On the field, you got one of the best slide steps I've ever seen. You got promise, you got talent. It's about putting your all into everything you do. Why do you think I have the business I have? I'm just looking out for you.
Literally just told me that you loved me. You just told Nate that we're not even in a fucking relationship.
That's because I know the guy. He's just gonna talk shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We should just call it a night. I gotta get back anyway.
See, to me, right, sorry, he clearly shows that what he's seen from her has not changed his opinion on how he feels on her. So obviously he's still with her from... Did we see videos of her sleeping with people at the start of the episode 1? And think obviously that's why they was all, I think, taking the mick out of him and all. But he doesn't care. He likes her for who she is. And it's like, yeah, it was where he choked her in it. And obviously that's why they were saying that when they were sleeping together, he was a bit too rough. But the thing is, yeah, like I say, he actually doesn't judge her. And he still wants to be with her because he likes who she is. So, like... That's tough on that because she kind of forced him to say what he knew, and then obviously she got emotional, obviously, from what she heard.
What you was looking for?
Molly.
Oh, she over there working at the pretzel stand.
Thank you.
Welcome to Pretzel Mania. Can I take your order? How many pretzels do you want?
We don't eat carbs.
2, please.
Thank you. Okay, so if I tell you something you swear on your fucking life you won't say a word? Yeah, what? I went through Nate's phone.
Oh my fucking god.
What?
That's him.
Who?
The guy. The one from the motel. The one in the apron serving the chili. I swear to God.
No fucking way. Jules, do you know who that is?
That's Nate's dad?
Yes, that's Nate's dad.
No fucking
Yes,
way.
fucking way.
God, that's the guy I
No
fucked.
way. Bullshit.
Watch his face drop when she walks over.
Serious.
Can I help you?
Can I please have a small cup of chili?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, sure. Oh, sorry.
He must know that she's been chatting.
She goes East Island. Yeah, she's a junior.
Did you see that? His hands were fucking shaking. Yes, and then he fucking dropped the chili.
Oh, fucking chili. Apparently, Gina's not answering her phone.
Oh.
How about you grab another slushie, I go get more tickets, and then get super drunk and ride the Ferris wheel.
Deal.
Just tell your sister I really needed to cover my shift on Wednesday. I'm supposed to meet my boyfriend's family for the first time. It's really
Mate, she just dropped like $10 on the floor.
Thank you.
Right now, I'm looking at 1,000 versions of myself, and not only do I look good, I fucking feel good. So if they got something to say, they should just say it to my face.
And this year's winner of the chili cook-off is Cal Jacob.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be here right now because I'm dressed like a hooker, and none of you like me. But I just wanted to say congratulations.
Maddie, get
She's
out
getting
of
chilly on her.
What's up, Cass?
You wanna ride the car stop?
She's not answering, and she's going straight to
She's
voicemail.
maybe too far. Get faster if we split up.
Yeah, okay, text me.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're fucking dead to me.
I do have one question, though.
Imagine, right? Imagine if the question was, who is he? Do you know what I mean? Because she's thinking that he's gay. I would have been interested to see his face, but what I think is really interesting is episode 1, I didn't really like Nate. I'm not saying that I like him now, but the guy doesn't look happy in his life. Do you know what I mean? Like, it might be another one here. Like, he's struggling with himself, and I'm assuming, obviously, what he see. It's like that guy said about Zendaya and her sister. Like, when she come in and found her on the floor, it affects her. It has a whole impact on the life growing up, and it's him all over. What he seen when he was younger has impacted his whole life. Like, he don't really have a relationship with his dad. He said that, but he does. Like, they go to the shooting range, but they don't really talk. And, like, you know, he could tell that his dad and his mum, I don't know, they don't look like they've got a great relationship as well. He just doesn't look happy. He doesn't, like, with his girlfriend. And obviously, I think he's confused his sexuality and, like, with his home life as well. And it looks like he's got anger problems, you know, like when we see him when he did beat up Tyler. I think he just needs to be in a situation, somehow find himself in one way. He could just be Nate, whoever that is. Do you know what I mean? I feel like who we've seen is not Nate. It's just a person that he's trying to be, or trying to be strong and confident. And when he can let his hair down, like, so to speak, that'll when we get the true version of himself.
Got an extra cigarette?
so fucking hot.
I'm gonna ride the carousel for hours.
It's the shittest ride ever.
I used to hear stories about you like a really big dick and fuck every girl in your grade.
How old are you?
16.
Just saying, as your girlfriend, those pictures are a little suspicious. Yeah, well then explain to me why you have someone else's dick in your phone.
Look, I'm going through a lot of shit right now. I'm sorry I got so angry at you before.
She's already told her mate though, hasn't she? He's trying to backtrack now. He's trying to save his ass. He sat looking at her like, what? That guy said.
What the hell? I've been calling you.
Rude. Just hitting the weed.
That's me. Alright, G, get up. Let's go.
Relax.
Get the fuck up. Let's go. Now.
Mom, what's your problem, Mom?
Hey, if she's a mom, you know she a milk. Yo, for real, when'd you become such a bitch? Was it after you fucking OD? All I'm saying is, if I were you, I wouldn't be taking advice from her.
This guy's been on a mission to find her, honestly.
Look, I know you have the power to ruin my life right now. I know you already told your friend I saw her look at me. And
She won't tell anyone.
I'll do whatever you want me to do.
I have no intention of, like, hurting you. I'm sorry about earlier. It won't be a thing.
Thank you so much.
That was interesting, that actually. The guy was being well genuine. Obviously, he's trying to save his own ass, but he did ask her her age though as well, didn't he, when they first met? And she obviously lied. It's Tyler. It's Tyler now. Oh, she's gonna react well different when she sees him.
What's wrong? I just think the Molly's like way too strong or something.
Do you think Mom's gonna be sitting in the living room when we get there?
If I walked in there, I wouldn't know what to say. I wouldn't say hi.
No, she's gonna be in her bed.
Yo, where's the cars at me? Look, it's literally dead street.
She's still a little sick from riding the Gravitron so many times. Night, Mom. Good night.
That's done better rude this episode though, hasn't she? She hasn't gone straight off the path. Oh, he grits her hard. She's got marks. Oh, has he got a tape of 2 on missing? She's gonna realize who it is.
No, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not here to hurt you.
Can you let go of me?
I've spent every moment of every day getting to know you. I fall asleep to you, and in the morning, I wake up to you.
Yeah, I'm happy that he's being genuine. That's what I'm happy for. I was scared a second ago.
Nate, stop.
God, are you broken inside? I wouldn't answer that. You're gonna want to hear this. You have knowingly produced and distributed child pornography, including obscene images that were taken on school property. I don't know if you're familiar with child pornography laws in this state, but they apply to minors just as they apply to adults. And I mean, anyone can anonymously report child pornography, right?
It's fucking mad, this, mate, honestly.
You'd end up on a sex offenders list. Gonna be very fucking difficult to find a job. You'll be harassed and spat at and treated like a fucking animal. Don't try to ruin my life.
You know what I think? I think you're a fucking faggot, just like your daddy.
Go on, Jules. He's gonna push her in the water. No. Ah, it's fucking interesting. Did his girlfriend get in his head? Oh, I feel well bad for her, man.
Hey, do you think I could go over?
Yeah. Is everything okay?
It looked like his picture.
Sure. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I love these two. Do feel sorry for him. Are they teasing that? What, mate? I feel like they're teasing that. Hey. Hey, it's ended decent, you know. at least she ended the night with somebody that actually does care about her. That's all I'll say. Now, I'm really interested with what's just happened with Nate there, because he had me on strings, mate. Literally, he had me on strings all episode. For the past 2 episodes, he's had me on strings. He's obviously been taking a piss out of me, because I've been thinking that he might actually like it. Well, it turns out, you know what, right? He actually said that he did like, and he kissed her as well. And he did say that he did like her and she's a kind person. But like, I feel like after having a conversation, she called Maddie. I mean, having a conversation with Maddie, yeah. He was saying that he's confused, don't know what's going on, and like I feel like because she's seeing these pictures on his phone, it's made him act differently. I.e., if that conversation never happened with her, I think he would have approached the situation with Jules totally different just then. But because something was said, you know, it changed his whole opinion or the way he was going to approach it, and he's come in there all serious and all angry, and pretty much it was like, don't expose me, I won't expose you. That's pretty much it. It was that's the simplest form of it. Like, don't expose I was on the app talking to you, and I won't expose that you're sending pictures out. The only thing I like, it confused, well, not confuses me, I totally get it, but like, this show, so many people are doing stuff underage that it's mad. It's mad that they're referencing it loads. Also, Kat just slept with some guy and she was underage. Once she told him she was 16, he still slept with her. Like, now, again, like I said, he's got. I wonder if that would stand up in court. I don't know. Like, would it? I guess that, like, if you're sending, I don't know, if you're the child sending the pictures, can you get done? Do you know what I mean? I've never actually even heard that before. So, like, if you're the one, if you're under 16 sending your own nudes to somebody, can you get done for that? Maybe in the US, maybe in the UK. I've never even heard of that ever before. I've always heard of people, like, above getting caught having underage images. You know, that's why I see all these Facebook groups, you know, like people going around chasing them, you know, how to catch a predator and all that. That was an interesting show. I've always seen it from that perspective. Someone older having younger people pictures, but I've never seen what's happened to a younger person who's sending the pictures. He said they get trialed just the same. I'll take his word for it. But his family's well intense. His dad was counting his like sex tapes then, and I don't know if one was missing or one was not. I don't know if Nate's seen it or if he's not. It's like, why did his dad run straight upstairs after the carnival to check those tapes? Why? You know, maybe it's because he's got one of Jules and he's thinking she could, you know, he's found out she's underage and he's panicking and he wants to get it deleted. Who knows, honestly? But I'm sure that when they first met each other, he asked her, you know, how old are you? And that's the thing, like, where do you draw the line? If you ask somebody their age and they tell you and then they've lied, you know, are you... If it come out that you slept with them, would he get done? Do you know what I mean? Would he be done? If he said, yeah, but we met on a dating app that was for 18-year-olds, and then when we met, I asked her how old she was, and she was like, yeah, I'm 18 or whatever, and it turns out she wasn't. You know what I mean? That's solid. Like, that's what I mean. Like, like I said, loads of underage stuff's happened in this series. Like, and I'd be interested to see how it gets approached. You know, like, I feel like at some point it's going to get outed. Somebody's going to get outed, and then I want to see how the show deals with that situation. Okay, and that is going to wrap up episode 4 of Euphoria. Now, this one was definitely really interesting. We went through all the emotions with every different character, didn't we? It was crazy. So, obviously, with Rue, she ended up finishing the episode strong and well. She ended up getting a kiss off Jules. That's what she's been trying to get. You know, she's been getting these feels recently, and obviously she's come to consoling her because she's pretty devastated because she went to meet Tyler and it wasn't Tyler, it was Nate. And then it didn't even go the way I thought it was going to go. I thought that he was going to actually, you know, say he likes her and he's been speaking to her for a couple of weeks and, you know, he's got to know her and she's like great and beautiful, and he wants to obviously like see where things goes. He's trying to, you know, understand his own sexuality and what's going on. But no, mate, the guy was like, you've been sending me pictures, you're underage, I've got it, I've stored it in a file, I'll release it if you out me to anyone. And he was like well intense, and obviously it didn't go the way to plan. She's obviously come out devastated and she's gone to obviously confide in Rue, and they've ended up kissing. Now what's interesting, like I said, from his side, is that Maddie's girlfriend, she's come over, she's confronted him obviously about the pics out on his phone, the dick pics. He said it's not his, it's someone else's. She was like, well, why have you got someone else's? Only way I could say it is, mate, when people send pictures on WhatsApp, it goes straight into my camera roll. I've not disabled those features. That's the only way I could get around with absolute bullshit like that. But, I mean, she took some molly, didn't she? She went over to his family. She pushed the chili over in front of everybody after his dad had just won, like, for the 6 years best chili in a row. And that was interesting because, obviously, Jules went and confronted him. Well, not confronted him, that's not the right words. You know, she said to Rue that she slept with that guy. She was like, no way, mate. This guy owns half the city. He's built all these buildings. He's got a successful company. It can't be him. She was like, I prove it. She went over. She's like, can I buy some chili? He's seen her. He's panicking a bit. He's kind of touched fingers. He's dropped it. She's obviously looked over at Rue. He's seen it. He knows that Rue knows now. And obviously he's confronted her. He was saying, look, mate, I don't want this to get out. I don't want my business to go down, my reputation to be destroyed. I get where he's coming from. He actually wasn't a dick, so fair play to him. You know, he didn't even threaten her or anything. He didn't do what, you know, two different approaches. If you look at it, actually, you know, you've got his son. He kind of threatened and went on the attack, and then you had him who was kind of like kind and he was just being nice to her and just trying to be dead polite. Two different approaches, very interesting. She said, "Look, mate, I've got no intention of releasing this information about us," even though she did call him a faggot to what's his name, to Nate, which is interesting. She said Nate was one just like her dad, but I think that she just said that obviously to get at him because he was hurting her. And then, like I said, Kat as well, she ended up going out with that guy for a little bit, and then she seen speaking to somebody. He was obviously speaking to somebody who knew his sister, who was just asking about it, and she got the wrong end of the stick, Cat, and ended up bouncing. We had Cass, you know, she took Molly as well. She ended up going on the merry-go-round or whatever, and you know, the only thing that she's got, her downside to her, for her personality, is that she's too horny, you know what I mean? Like, so McKay said that about 2 episodes ago. He's like, why is everything so sexual about you when we're trying to have a conversation? And it just might be her in real life, because I think in another situation when they first met, he was like, mate, are you always this wet? And she was like, yeah, is that a bad thing? And he was like, no, not really. And she must just be like a well horny person, and the Molly must have just even brought it out even more. And like he said, she was riding that carousel, she was going round, and she was literally on it, mate. She was like orgasming, everyone was staring at her. And obviously she's come off feeling a bit embarrassed, but I mean, it is what it is, isn't it, mate? Literally, it is what it is. But again, it was interesting because them two, they ended up falling out a little bit, because when he was speaking to Nate, he said, are you together? He's like, nah, we're just chilling right now. I think he said that because he actually didn't really know the situation. And it's like, if you have never talked about it yourself between each other, are we in a relationship or not? And someone puts you on the spot in front of everyone, you don't know what to say. You don't want to say, yeah, we are in a relationship, and then be like, we're not. Or you to say, no, we're not. And they're like, well, we are. And that is literally what he was kind of like. We're chilling, and she was like, mate, I thought I was in a relationship. So, I mean, I could get both sides of that story. It's really, really interesting. But I liked this episode. I'd probably say it's the best one so far. But I think they've all been absolutely solid. Now, how many's left? You know, episode 4. Is it 2 left of the season? I'm excited. And obviously, we've got 2 in season 3. 2 here in season 2. And then hopefully we can bash it out when it's released season 3 live on YouTube. It'd be well good. So I can't wait. Honestly, thanks so much for supporting the channel. If you did enjoy today's episode, please smash the like. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.